nice and breezy out here today, you all. Nice and breezy.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.
Hello there, everyone. I certainly hope that you enjoyed my Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays commercial. Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. I have re-invited a sponsor. You may know her. Her name is Kim Reed-Butler, and her business is Nutritional Health. The company is called Better You Nutrition. Kim hails from Maryland or the DMV area, and she is a licensed senior cosmetologist. She's an industry expert in that area, and that led her to becoming an expert with health and wellness. She's a personal wellness coach with Herbalife, which is an international company. And Kim is here tonight to help us understand and to probably join her challenge. It's a breakfast challenge, and I'm very excited about it. Kim sells and promotes healthy shakes, and we're going to shake our way to better nutrition. So come on the show, Kim Reed-Butler.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for the re-invite. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to just be introduced to Herbalife. I've heard many things about Herbalife, many good things about Herbalife, but prior to meeting you, I just never tried the Herbalife products.
Okay.
How about that? So tell us a little bit about how you became involved and so passionate about Herbalife.
Well, I got involved because I was digestively challenged. I wasn't having consistent bowel movements. I know we don't always like to talk about that, but that was my challenge.
Yes.
I was so focused on helping my clients, taking care of their hair, whether it's rinsing a color, rinsing a relaxer, or just whatever, that I was neglecting myself. I wasn't eating consistently. I wasn't drinking enough water. And so therefore, my digestive system was greatly impacted by that, because at times I was ignoring those moments when I really should have been taking care of that. And so I reached out to the couple that introduced me to the products. We used to go to church together, and they were overweight when I met them. A year and a half later, they had drastically lost all this weight. And I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I need some help. So got on a nutrition plan and was able to lose the weight. Initially, my weight from my hips down, my waist down was not cooperating, but my waist up was like, sure, we got this. But I had happy hips for a very long time. I made a decision that once I decided to do the business, I needed to make sure that I was as consistent as possible. Life is going to happen, but I needed to be able to say, this is how we do this, and this is what I know will work. So that's how I got it. But I was passionate about healthy, like healthy hair from the very beginning, healthy skin, way before Herbalife came into my life because of the industry. I always promoted drinking water, always promoted like getting rest. I always promoted making sure you took care of your skin. So coming or being introduced to Herbalife and what that stood for, that was like the perfect marriage to me, that I could like transition if, when time came, to being a hairstylist behind the chair to doing Herbalife full out. So it's like the greatest segue that I probably could have ever, encountered. And both passions were not things or career choices that I would have ever made for myself. I thought, well, I should say that when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a doctor. So I guess in this space, God said, okay, we're going to do this, but we're going to do it in a different way. So I'm in that industry in a sense, but in a different space. So that's how I got started. Herbalife's been around for 42 years. It's in over 90 countries. So we can take care of you wherever you go for all intents and purposes.
Okay, that sounds very, very exciting. I mean, you just make it sound so encouraging, and we need help, Kim. I mean, because it's not easy to maintain a weight management with our bodies and with all of these different challenges we have, and then we like to eat foods that aren't good for us. I mean, take me for instance. I just love to snack. As a matter of fact, before this challenge starts, I'm going to need to go in my bedroom and remove the snack, because the snack's in the room, Kim.
No, they can't be next to the bed. They can't. They can't be right here. They gotta take them to the kitchen or someplace else. But you know what happens is, we're so trained to have like snacks that are not always healthy. Not saying that you can't have chips from time to time. Not saying you can't have ice cream from time to time. Not saying you can't have crackers or cookies from time to time. But we can't let that be the thing that we do all the time. And when we talk about like it being hard, it really becomes a mindset shift. Like if I decided I want to do this and I want to have the best results possible, then taking those snacks and putting them in a different place and having them occasionally, because it's a lifestyle. When we take everything away, it's almost like when you say you're on a diet, you're depriving yourself from life. Like, 'cause I'm totally restricted. And then when I achieve my goal, I go ham, like,
Right.
And then you go, that program didn't work, but it did while you were working it. It's just being consistent and being strategic in your planning. Like say, you're going out, let's make sure you have what you need throughout the day so that when you go out and you indulge, you haven't like starved yourself because you're like, oh, I'm going out special, so I'm going to wait all day and then fill up. And then your body goes, I can't digest this and you be up. So I need you to go to sleep so I can take care of. Your body can't handle both of those things at the same time. So I need to go to sleep so I can digest that food. So it's having a coach walking the entire with you, understanding your frustrations, checking in on you. How are you feeling? How are you doing? And then being able to tweak your plan when times are necessary. Like if you reach a plateau or you're feeling a little frustrated or whatever, we sit down and have that conversation. And my mindset is, if you allow me to be as intimately with you as possible, then your results will happen the way they're supposed to happen.
And that's accountability, and that's important. It's just like going to the gym or going walking. You really need to have, it's just easier.
Yes, it is easy. It's so much easier to do it. Yes, it's so much easier to do with a group of friends, because you're like, girl, did you get on that? Did you walk today? Yeah, very much so.
And it's something that you look forward to, and it's fun. But now, Kim, tell me why I can't skip breakfast.
Well,
Hi.
breakfast. Well, you have to think about it. Breakfast equals breaking the fast. That's what that word breakfast means, essentially, right? And so when we eat, let's say we eat, our last meal is at 7 o'clock at night. We get up at 5, and we don't eat till 12.
Yeah.
That's 12 plus an extra 5 hours. So that's 17 hours that you have not eaten. And what happens is your body can go into the space of like protection. God created it in that space that it starts to protect itself, right? And because it's protecting itself, no matter how clean or how well you eat, until you're consistent with eating, your body goes, we're gonna hold on to everything. So breaking the fast is important. One, it's just like starting your car in the morning. You know, you need the fuel to move. To get from one place to the other. It's the same way with our bodies. Our bodies need the fuel to, like, one, start our metabolism, because as we mature, you know, our metabolism can have a tendency to slow down. And you don't want it to slow down to a place where it's just like it's dead, and you're not getting any like movement, any progress. So making sure that you have breakfast, that is the most important meal of the day. Really getting that nourishment in your body is so important.
And not just breakfast, but a healthy breakfast.
Yes.
And that starts with, okay, so what was that? Was that a shake?
That was a shake. Yes. Having one of these is very, very important. When you have a meal that's high in carbs, and carbs, I mean like simple carbs, like, you know, the cereals, even if they say they're heart health or healthy cereals, they're not necessarily. When you think of like, Herbalife lives in a world where it is definitely a protein driven or protein focused world, or lifestyle, I should say, not world, but lifestyle, right? And so when you look at the cereals, a lot of them are higher in carbs, like 22 grams of carbs to 2 grams of protein. So we teach our clients that you should have a 2-to-1 ratio. For every gram of protein, you should have no more than 2 grams of carbs. So if your protein is 12, those carbs should be no more than 24. So when you look at cereal, sometimes they're 22, 26, 28, and then they're 2 grams of protein. That's a 14 to 16 to 8 years, way off balance. And even if you have a glass of milk, a whole, 8 ounces of whole milk, or skim milk, or 2% milk, they give you about 8 to 9 grams of protein. So even if you do the 2 plus that 8, that's 10 grams to that 22. That's not bad. But when the higher the carbs, your ratio starts to separate more. And what happens is your blood sugars get raised, and then you crash immediately. And then you create this cycle, because your body then craves more sugar, and you give it the sugar, and then it raises up and do it. So it's trying to keep your blood sugar stabilized.
Well, I do love cereal. I don't eat it that often, but I will certainly keep that in mind. I mean, it's like a snack for me.
I know.
Every now and then it's just a snack. But we have a question, Coach Kim.
I see that.
And the question is, why is your shake a good meal replacement for breakfast?
Well, our shakes are the #1 meal replacement shakes in the world.
All right.
1. And number 2, they give you 21 essential vitamins, nutrients, and minerals in less than 250 calories. You can't get all that you need in one meal for less than 250 calories. You're trying to like place it with like, when I say regular food, like, eggs and bacon and toast and grits and da. This is so compact, but it gives you everything that you need in less than 250 calories. That's why it's a good meal replacement for breakfast. It gives you energy. There's just good stuff in it. Like, I know when I get that shaken in the morning, my body's going, thank you so very much. So that's, outside of it tasting fantastic, there's 21 essential vitamins and nutrients and minerals inside the shake. No, you cannot.
No, you can't beat that, because that's not in the cereal, and it's not in any other breakfast food.
No.
So, and I tell you, once you get into a routine, that's just going to make the difference, because it's going to
mindless.
Retrain your mind that you have to have breakfast.
Correct.
And the breakfast, I mean, the best thing to have is that protein shake.
Yes. Because sometimes people like to say, well, I'm not a breakfast person. I can't do that too much. I'm like, this is not going to like require work from you unless you, when I say work, you can either put it in a blender or put it in a shaker cup. Either way, it's like maybe 8 to 10 minutes the most, like out of your time that you would do if you were trying to like get something. And when you think about it being cost effective, right? So when you get like the this that we're going to talk about later, it is $30, right? So it's $10 a day for the two shakes. But for us, we're doing it over 6 days, so it wouldn't be that. It'd be $5 a day for breakfast, right? When you think about people can spend upwards of $10-15 for a lunch and for breakfast, depending upon where they're going.
For one meal.
Exactly. And you're not getting it's not always a well-balanced meal.
That's
at that.
true.
Sometimes we go for bagels. So bagels without anything with it, it's throwing your blood sugars off because it's all carbs and it's high in calories. Like, which way you want to go. So
now I have to limit the carbs in my home. I don't buy bread that often. And I don't buy noodles and rice because I know I'm going to eat it. So I just avoid it. But I do like quinoa. I never thought I would, but I really do like it. And I love salads, greens, spinach. You know, I put apples or blueberries or, whatever fruit I have in it. And I like ground turkey. I really like ground turkey. So I try to, when I do go shop, I do try to shop for those things so that when I have to have a meal, I can prepare the meal using, the foods that I know that I'm going to enjoy, that aren't going to take me too far out of the boundary of what I should be eating.
Got you. Yes, so, that's a good way. Most of us don't always get in our veggies, our fruits and veggies in a good way. We need 5 to 7 servings of it. So like, let's think about that. Think about that alone. And, when we think about like fiber, because that's important, that helps with, cleaning out our digestive system. So the foods that we're consuming are, coming in, they're feeding us what we need, and then they need to go out. Right. So the average American gets about 14 grams of fiber in on a daily basis. Women, we need about 25 to 30. Men need about 30 to about 40 grams of fiber. And we're not even hitting those numbers.
No, they're not.
We really have to sit down and like examine, what did I have today? And look at and then you'll see like how much fiber you've gotten in. And then sometimes that could be like the space where things aren't flowing out of that digestive system smoothly.
Absolutely. And that's so critical. I do have some fiber, and I do enjoy adding it to the shake. Let's see. So I've got some collagen and I've got some fiber. And it makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. We have, and I left it's downstairs. We have fiber. We have 3 flavors of fiber. We have an unflavored one that can go in any of the shakes, that we have. All of these can go in the shakes, but it all depends on the flavor that you're making and the flavor of the fiber. We have an apple one and we have a tropical twist one along with the unflavored one. So those are, and they're each, the apple and the tropical are 6 grams each per scoop. And then the unflavored is 5 grams of fiber per scoop. And our shakes have 3 grams of fiber in it. So it's a nice way to just, increase your fiber intake on a daily basis. And then we also have a collagen beauty booster that, helps with your hair, skin, and nails. Increase your elasticity and stuff like that. Smoothing out things. So,
yes, darling, because you're looking very smooth. Right
Thank you.
You're looking very smooth. So, and then I don't know if people realize the fiber really fills you up.
Oh, it does. That's why you need to have it in there. You need a combination of the soluble and insoluble fiber. One acts like a pot scrubber. It goes into your system and grabs things and makes them go. The other one gives you a feeling of fullness, so that you're not like going overboard. So yeah. And then coupling that with water, which is important.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
sometimes if you put too much fiber in, your body goes, what? And if you have no fiber to help flush it
oh,
out, it almost feels like it's gotten stuck somewhere. You're like,
oh
wait.
my gosh, the water is critical. Kim, do you know I know so many people that don't drink water.
I know. They're like, I just don't like it. It just doesn't taste
Yeah,
good.
why
And
do you have to like it? You have to have it to live.
Exactly. And
You
that's,
have
I
to.
think sometimes we go on such a flavor driven space that we're like, I don't like that. But when you think about our major organs are made up of at least 75% water. Right.
Yes.
So when we don't give our body or our organs the necessary water that we need,
Yes.
we are in trouble. We
Let
are
me
in
drink
trouble.
some now.
I know, me too.
Yes.
Here.
Now, when I first wake up in the morning, I take my morning med for my thyroid,
Me
and
too.
I'm getting in the habit of drinking the entire bottle of water and not just a few sips.
Sips. Mm-hmm.
And then before I do my shake, I need to drink because I'm trying to get 64 ounces, right?
Well, actually,
Oh God.
it is half of your body weight in ounces of water. Of your body. Yes.
Oh my God, I need to drink a whole lot more. Did you hear that, Jerlene? Girl, we have to drink more water. Okay, we have a question. How do I mix that drink pack? Do I mix it in the blender?
So you can have this either way. You can either do it in a shaker cup. If you're going to do it in the shaker cup, it's, I would say 10 to 12 ounces of water. Pour the packet in, close your top, shake it up. When you shake it up, don't go up and down first, go side to side so that you can prevent the powder getting caught up in like the spout, the drinking spout. Shake it side to side first and then shake it up and down. Like maybe like a minute the most, like depending upon if it doesn't look as blended in the shaker cup as you want it, shake it up some more and then drink it. In the blender, you're going to do 8 ounces of water, this packet, and then about a cup of ice. I usually do a little bit more because I like mine a little bit thicker, but it all depends on the thickness that you want. It could be a cup, it could be a little bit more than a cup, but yes, you can mix it in both the shaker cup and or the blender. Yes.
Well, I do like the blender cup. It's nice. It's lightweight. It's easy to rinse it out when I finish, and it's got that little circular little spiral thing in it. I guess that helps to get it blended.
Yes.
And I like it. It's green. It just looks healthy.
We're evergreen. We're forever green.
We are forever green. And
forever green, yes.
Kim, I'm trying to get accustomed to eating healthy snacks. And so I do love celery, and but I don't need to put the peanut butter on the celery, Kim.
If you don't, you can, because that creates a balance of protein to carbs. But if you don't want peanut butter, you can always do like 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs. Again, that creates that balance, because every time you have a snack or every time you have a meal, it should be a protein and a complex carb together. One that gives you a feeling of sensation, like being satisfied, but it also helps to be, it helps for the protein to be absorbed into your system.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So complex carb with protein together.
Okay.
Yes. So like when you have your fruit, like your, let's say you were having those blueberries that you were talking about, have it with some Greek yogurt. Yes, creating the balance.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I do have yogurt. Okay, and so what would be a complex, other complex carbs?
So all of your fruits, your veggies, and your whole grains. So you were talking about rice. You said you don't eat rice, but go for the brown rice. The brown rice can be flavorful, but no more than like a third of a cup, and you'll be good. So your whole grains, which are your quinoas, your couscous, depending upon how it's made. All of those whole grains, those would work. Like even oatmeal is considered a whole grain. Again, but you just have to be, you just have to be mindful. If you're going to do oatmeal, definitely have like some nuts on top, because people like to think just oatmeal and blueberries, but that can still, complex carbs will spike your blood sugars, but not to the extent that simple carbs will. So
Okay.
having some nuts on top, maybe
Mhm.
having like a hard boiled or a scrambled egg with it, that will create the balance of the carbs to the protein.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I need to really ask you about healthy fat
Okay.
because I'm trying to stay away from fried foods. So I've decided I just can't fry anything in my kitchen. No, I can't fry it anymore. I don't want that cute little air fryer. I had one. I decided it's just too cute.
Oh my God.
Oh, get the air fryer.
You
What?
need you need it, you need it, you need it. You need
Really?
it, you need it. Oh, you need it, you need it,
Oh,
you need it.
really? Okay, tell me why.
Because I just made some chicken wings in it, season it like you would normally, and I just put it in the air fryer at 380 degrees for like 50, 55 minutes, and then cut that like, mine has like a thing where I can do shake where I can turn the meat over. So
Mm.
halfway through, it'll alarm me that it's ready for the meat to be turned over. And
Oh,
it was the crispiest
really?
out without the without the grease, for lack of better words, the
Uh,
vegetable oil or whatever, or even the flour. So having the flour and
Really?
the yeah,
Really?
so good.
Oh
you
my.
can you can do that with your salmon. You
Uh-huh.
can do that with some other fish and some other
Uh-huh.
things. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need your little air fryer. Bring it back out.
Okay, I sure will. I'm gonna
Bring
go
it
get
back
one
out.
now and we'll be right back in just
Okay.
a moment.
This is an emergency. Emergency transportation costs can be more devastating than the accident. Join AMBA for a free seminar on how to secure emergency air and ground transportation coverage and protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. A MASA Emergency Transportation Seminar is coming up soon. Medical Air Services Association Incorporated, MASA, has safeguarded futures since 1974. With over 2 million members, MASA benefits include ground ambulance, helicopter ambulance, fixed wing air ambulance, and many more. There is a free seminar coming up soon. Contact your MASA representative, Debbie Scarborough, at 229-392-6983. That's 229-392-6983. Or send an email to debbie.scarborough@amba.info. A member of the Georgia Retired Educators Association. Protect yourself and loved ones from unexpectedly high costs. Medical Air Services Association, Incorporated. New from Inspired, the Alopecia Awareness Special Edition. Visit laderopress.com. 9 brave souls share their alopecia journey in this Confinement Chronicles Special Edition. Online everywhere. Hashtag I refuse to stop being me. The Alopecia Awareness Edition, encouraging testimonies birthed out of the 2020 pandemic. Stories written and compiled by Angie B. and Barty Productions. Published by Ladero Press. Inspired. Reading for the whole person. Joy comes in the morning. A 90-day devotional. Presented by Dr. Vanessa Blackwell and 89 phenomenal co-authors. Laretha Simon, Amazon International #1 best-selling author, loves the Lord. She recently graduated from International Seminary, Plymouth, Florida, with an advanced diploma in Practical Theology 2. Laretha evangelizes with the tour that NGB presents and with Child Evangelism Fellowship's Good News Club. Search for Laretha.Simon on Facebook. Follow Pen of a Ready Writer on Facebook and send an email to laretha.simon844@gmail.com. Though I mourn their passing, just thinking of them gives me joy, which comes from the Lord. And not only so, we want to thank you for watching this evening's episode of So What's the Problem with special guest Laretha Simons, Kim Reed-Butler, and the Fitness Challenge. We have a couple of announcements for you. You are cordially invited to attend a virtual book fair event. Books and Besties is coming up again. Sunday, February 5th, 2023, from 2 to 6 p.m. Laretha and Evangelist Angie B will be introducing the world to our books and our businesses. If you'd like to participate in Books and Besties, please send an email to volusiabusinesswomen@gmail.com. That is volusiabusinesswomen@gmail.com. Angie B and Barty Productions is celebrating Laretha Simon for her dedicated service as production and communications assistant, praising God for 1 year of helping us spread the gospel of Jesus Christ through outreach, networking, interviewing, and excellence. Congratulations, Laretha. We don't want to do it without you. Laretha invites all of her local friends and family in the Volusia County, Daytona Beach area to attend Manuscripts and Motown. It takes place Saturday, February 4th, 2023, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Contact Laretha for more information. You may find her page on volusiabusinesswomen.com. Just type in Laretha Simon. Free parking is available during this event in the city lot. Admission is free. Refreshments will be available for purchase, and vendor space is now open. Bring your friends, meet the authors, enjoy the music, win prizes, and don't forget to enter to win the raffle. The kids are out of school and they probably need a little academic help. Waverly's Way offers possibilities from kindergarten to 12th grade, all the way up to dissertation editing. Waverly's Way offers hourly rates and discounts for siblings. Visit them online at www.wwexcellence.org, which is waverlysway.org. Laretha was recently a part of YEP, the Youth Entrepreneur Author Program, where she helped to follow the mission of identifying and assisting students with their entrepreneur track. If you'd like to become a sponsor of YEP, your support will help a student to become an author. Please send an email to yepI'mAnAuthor@gmail.com, and your donation will provide a scholarship for a young person to participate. We'll be back with more of Laretha Simon's interview with Kim Reed-Butler in just a moment. But before we get out of here, the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association is hosting their 24-hour telethon, January 28th and 29th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. We are now accepting your video testimonies and entertainment entries for broadcast consideration. Send an email to volusiabusinesswomen@gmail.com. Volusia Business Women and Lolo Social Media Promotion are thrilled to help spread awareness and raise funds for advocacy. And now it's time to get back to Laretha Simon and her special guest, Kim Reed-Butler.
Hello and welcome back. I'm about to bring my guest back on, Kim Reed-Butler, and she's going to introduce us to the breakfast challenge. So come on in, Kim, and tell me, why, Kim, is it important for us to have our breakfast at least 1 hour after we wake up?
It's so important. It helps to wake up your system. It's telling your body, get ready for the rest of the day. We're going to start fueling it throughout the day. Like I was saying earlier, just like a car needs fuel, our body needs fuel as well. So having a meal every 3 hours is ideal for your body to like go, oh, okay, we're filling it up and we're taking care of business. And the goal is throughout the day to keep your blood sugars here and not take you on the roller coaster, because the roller coaster can lead to being insulin dependent. Because what happens is when we spike our blood sugars, our pancreas releases whatever it needs to help bring our insulin, actually, to bring our blood sugars down. But when they bring it down, it doesn't bring it down into like the safe zone. It brings it in the, the danger zone. So too many times of living in the danger zone, your body's like, pancreas, like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
I'm done. So you end up becoming insulin resistant, meaning like, what the pancreas releases, which eventually will lead you to being insulin dependent, which means either oral meds or, the insulin injection. So the goal is, that's the reason why we're talking about having breakfast every 3 hours, so that you're keeping your blood sugars as stabilized as possible. Thus having breakfast starts the day for all of that, and to keep your metabolism stabilized as well.
And when you really do pay attention to your to what you eat and make sure that you're concerned about your health, managing your health, it really can remove you from being dependent on medications for many different illnesses.
Very much so. The goal would be the goal would be to at least lose 20%, or not 20%, 10% of your weight. If you lose 10% of your body weight, so if you're a 200-pound person, if you lose 20 pounds, that like rearranges how things are then, like prescribed for you. It either means it's getting decreased, or you're coming off of it. But it's
Wow.
getting that good nutrition in too, like you were saying, that
Yes.
it sets the standard.
It
So
sets
like
the tone.
if you lose more than your 10% of your body weight, again, life has to get readjusted. Let's see how this works. Either they take you off completely or they maybe decrease it some more. So it's just, it's just, I like that. Only 20 pounds. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, Angie B. We're going to start with that 20-pound weight loss. And trust me, it is going to make a tremendous difference.
A tremendous
It's going to boost
difference.
our metabolism. We'll have so much more energy. Oh,
You'll
wow.
remove any aches like from your muscles, and
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
having any challenges with your knees or your ankles and things, different things like
Yes.
that. Just that 10% of your body weight alone, it just helps. It helps get things in a better. It helps to, when I say this, like almost start to realign things back in a good space, and then that gives you the jump start or the notion, hey, I want to lose some more. I want to keep going. One, because I feel better. Two, I probably have a whole bunch of non-scale victories. My clothes are fitting differently. My confidence is boosted.
Excuse me, I look good.
Exactly. Like exactly. Those hips sway just a little bit differently.
Okay, so tell us how we're going to do that, Kim.
How we're going to do that. So how we're going to start is to jumpstart is to have the breakfast 1 shake a day for the next 6 days. Okay, so whenever you get your packet, how this is going to work is that I will put you into a 6-day breakfast challenge group, Facebook group or messenger group, and start sharing information and catching up with you all, daily checking in. How's everybody doing? I would encourage you to post your shakes inside that thread. But what you will do is you'll have this for breakfast every day, with for 6 days, along with a cup of your tea. Now this tea is in powdered form, so you can have this tea hot or cold. Some people, and now because it's colder weather, some people do it.
We want it warm,
have the tea,
right?
Yes, either room temperature or hot, rather than it being cold. How I started is, I told my coach, I don't have time for extra cups. I'm not intrinsically, I'm not a tea drinker. Like you know how people sit down and just like savor that cup of tea.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't that girl. I was like, give me a cup of coffee with a lot of cream and I'm good. But so having the tea, I just put it inside my shake because it's in the powdered form. So I never had to. Yes.
We can put that inside the shake.
You sure can.
Did you hear that, Angie B? OMG.
So that's how I got started. It's putting the tea in the in my shake and just kept it moving. I still got all of the benefits that the tea gives you, boosting your metabolism, stabilizing your blood sugars, burning the calories, giving you great energy. I still got all of the benefits. It's just that I didn't have to drink it separately. So this is how we're going to get started. Now, the average person, the goal would be like to lose at least a pound and a half in those those 6 days. The average weight loss per week is anywhere between a half a pound to 2.5 pounds a week. So if we're shooting for like that 1.5, you can lose anywhere between 4 to 6 pounds per month.
And the goal is to keep the weight off.
Correct.
It's to keep the weight off.
Keep the weight off. Yes, that is the goal. Now we may have hiccups, but the goal is,
of course,
yes, let's keep the weight off, and let's not be an Indian, give it and get it back. Like
no, we don't want to, because we're drinking the shake to live, and we're not leaving to drink.
Yes, and the rest of your day would be where you would have 2 healthy snacks and 2 healthy, colorful meals. And I would suggest that your heavier meal would be like in the middle of the day, so that last meal is not as heavy. You're not going to sleep on something really heavy. And we could eventually tweak it so that, you want to, like, when I say have more results or more, I don't want to say faster results, but like better results. That's probably the right word. Then we can increase it to having 2 shakes a day. So yes.
Oh, we got a question. Oh, Kim. So someone wants to know, is this your full-time job? And how could I make money with this business? Is that something that I could do?
Yes, this is something that everybody can do around the nooks and crannies of their life. I am a hairstylist by trade, so I'm more behind the chair than I'm doing Herbalife. I've been finding that My Mondays and Tuesdays that I'm not in the salon, I really focus on this. While a client is under the dryer, I focus on Herbalife. So you can do this, yes, around everything that you're doing. And anybody that's interested in learning how to earn $200 to $500 around what they're currently doing, we have some trainings. We have an introduction to like the business. So it's what we call an Herbalife opportunity meeting. And you get to hear people's like product stories, like their results, like what they did. Somebody like me, I've lost 35 pounds. I went from a size 16 pant and dress to a size 6 pant and dress. I've gotten great energy. I'm no longer digestively challenged. You know, I feel amazing.
You look amazing, Kim.
Thank you so much. My husband has great results as well. And then you hear about the income stories, and then that's how you get to see like what this is all about. And if you're interested, then we get you signed up, and then we help you to start getting clients and going from there.
And just so you know, out there in Facebook land, though Kim is bald, she's a beautiful bald with alopecia. It has not stopped her. It has not prevented her from being very successful in her cosmetology business. She does hair for a living. That's what she does. How about
Thank you so much.
So you don't have to have hair.
No, you don't have to have hair. I think I've shared my story before. It was disheartening at first because I wasn't ready. I just felt like, how do I explain to my clients, you know, that I don't have hair and I know what I'm doing? A lot of them thought it was by choice. And I was like, no, this wasn't by choice, because of the fact that in our hair world now, the natural look, whether it's a, you know, shaved head, you know, natural textures, that is so like I don't want to say the thing, but that is what we do right now. Right. And so people thought it was my choice. As opposed to it was a disorder. And so, a lot of people are like, oh, I just thought that was by choice. I was like,
isn't that something, how they would think? Okay. So someone else has seen photos of you on Facebook wearing green, and you looked fabulous. And I believe that was a photo shoot. I believe you said it was. Well, it just looked like something that you would do for Christmas.
Yes, it was a holiday photo shoot with a lot of my fellow Herbalife sisters. And it's under the auspices of Healthy You, Happy Hair. So we're promoting our outer nutrition products, our shampoo and our conditioner, our skincare line, which we do have, which is absolutely amazing. We also have these are in conjunction with our inner nutrition, which are the shakes, the tea, and some of our supplements, or all of our supplements. So having the two together, our inner nutrition, our outer nutrition combined. So our mindset is healthy hair is good hair, and good hair is happy hair. So you can do anything you want with it. And that has always been my motto. As long as that hair is healthy, we can do anything we want to that hair within reason, without compromising the integrity of your hair. So that photo shoot was in celebration. It's a holiday photo shoot. We do 2 photo shoots twice a year, one for Mother's Day and the other one's for the holiday. So this one, the theme was we're evergreen, because Herbalife is green. So so the theme was evergreen. So that was the reason why we all had on green. Yeah, it was so much
we certainly would love to see a picture of it. I wonder if my producer has a picture of you in the green that she could display.
I will, because I can send it to her via Messenger, actually.
Awesome.
So she can share Messenger.
And so the other question that I have is, I'm pretty sure in my package I received a Healthy Weight, Happy Life customer guide. And oh my gosh, it was so thorough. It was more than 50 pages of instruction, information, menus, options. I mean, it went from it covered every possible category that you could imagine if you're interested in maintaining your weight.
Yes.
It was very helpful.
Well, I'm glad, because I want you to be armed. The whole goal with being an Herbalife coach is that you get to personalize your nutrition plan. So based on your goals, this is what we work towards. I sit down with you, have you fill out some questions, or I'll ask you these questions. And then based on your goals, this is what we come up with. Like how much protein you should be consuming on a daily basis, how much water you really should be consuming or drinking on a daily basis, how much carbs you should be drinking, like carbs you should be consuming. Also, like if you're at a place where you're at a plateau or you're a little frustrated, me being able to have that conversation with you and figuring out where you are, I can then personalize your nutrition plan. So when you get started, I try to make sure you have as much information as possible. So that once you read it over, we can break it down, like how much protein is in this, how much protein is in that, like if you live here, for as far as just not the concern, like how much I should start you off with, and then we can either increase it or decrease it based on what's going on at the time. So that
oh my gosh, Kim, that is so elegant.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It is absolutely divine. And so you've lost how much weight?
I've lost 35 pounds.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So the picture on the left with the wig is my girlfriends and I do an annual married and engaged women's conference called Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage. And so we dress up in costumes for that. So that was that first time. That was literally maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before I even reached out to my sponsors to get on the products. So that March of 2016, I had lost about 20 pounds. So I was down.
Wow.
And I was able to get, that's a curvy skirt. So that's it. That was in a curvy skirt at that point, because I still, I have happy hips, as you can tell. And then then that purple dress, that was last year's Mother's Day photo.
Oh, Kim, that is just stunning.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you just have so much self-esteem. I don't know if you had it before you lost your hair, but you certainly do have it now, darling.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been a journey to love.
I bet.
And I talk to my clients about that a lot, about that journey to love, because, when you're trying to figure out like this whole thing, like how do I live life without hair?
Right.
I recognize that at the end of the day, it's not unto death. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it feels like a death in a sense, because you're mourning.
Of course it does. Yes.
You're mourning the loss.
Because we're vain. It's just vanity. Yes.
But you know what? It's vanity part of it. But I think the other part, especially growing up in the traditional churches and things like that, whatever the denomination was, we were always taught our hair was our crown and glory. So if you cut it, even if you cut it short into a short haircut, that was blasphemy right there.
Yes,
right?
it was. It really was.
And then to like, how do I deal with like not at all? My pastor was so gracious. He was like, Miss Kim, you're good. Just put some lipstick on, put some big earrings on, and you are good. I was like, thank you.
Girl, thank God for him.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
It was what I needed to be able to walk out the door. But there were many times, and a lot of my clients had said as of late, they never knew. I said, I was in the bathroom going, God, this is a Paul moment. Like, a thorn in my side, I need you to take it out. And every time he was like, my grace is sufficient. And so in being that space, it was like, okay, here we go. We're just going to walk it out. And so having the confidence now is definitely like increased from where
it really has. Yes, darling, you wear it well. So now tell me, Kim, I'm in Florida.
Yes.
And you're in Maryland, which is like the DMV.
Yes.
So how are you able to coach others from around the country or around the world?
I thank God for WhatsApp, Telegram, text messages, phone calls, emails.
Okay.
The sky is the limit, especially with Herbalife being in over 94 countries. I can go to Nairobi and introduce the products to them, because that's where we are. I can go to Portugal and talk to somebody about the products, because that's where we are. I can go to Brazil and talk to somebody about the products and get them in, because that's where we are. So it's not right. We're not limited. So thank God for, like I said, WhatsApp, Telegram, text messages, phone calls,
Awesome.
all the things, Zoom,
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so that's
The
it
sky
has
is
to
the limit.
sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit.
Yes.
Oh, here's another great question, Kim. Can teens and children drink your shakes as well for weight
Yes, they
loss?
can for weight loss and or just for like having breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Because it's such a healthy way. You know, especially for teenagers and they're trying to get out the door and like
Yes.
that. But you need something healthy. That's a good way. It's so funny. There's a couple of my Herbalifers that have little ones, and so. Some of them, you know, they're getting the milk, obviously, they're getting the nutrients from their Herbalife through their mother's breast milk, but then you have them that are a little bit older and they're drinking the shake. Sometimes when they come into the nutrition clubs, they are fighting their parents for the shake. So when I was behind the bar,
I need that shake. I need that shake.
They were like, no. So we would like, you know, pour some in a cup for them by themselves, or for like children, we would just have them do the healthy meal by itself, probably with like, you know, 2% milk, and you can do it that way because the kids still need those kinds of moments. But
They
definitely,
do.
yes, definitely, you can do our shakes for kids and for teens, whether it's for weight loss or just to have for breakfast.
That was an excellent question, and I am so happy that it came up, Kim. I'd like to thank you so much, Kim. This is just, you're impressive. Your product is impressive. It definitely does deliver exactly what it offers. And then you just get so much more because you get Coach Kim.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So let's go over this real quick so I can
Okay, go ahead.
what to do. So you're going to send me, because I'm mailing it out, it'll be $35 for the package of this trial pack, and then you'll get a shaker cup included in the package. It'll be mailed directly to your house. I will then send you information about like via email, all of the things that Laretha was talking about, like the list of healthy snack options, a list of dinner options, a list of recipes. Like you can make pancakes and waffles with these. You can make a mug cake with our shakes.
Wow.
You could also, and then we also get like foods that are high in protein. And so then I get to talk to you about like all of this stuff. So you get to get that. And then once you get started, the day that you get your package and you decide like, I get it on a Friday and I want to wait till Monday. On that Monday, you step on the scale, you send me that weight so that we can start tracking you to see how you do at the end. And every day I'm checking in, how are you doing, posting information and stuff like that. So yes, you will hear from me directly on a regular throughout this whole process. And if you decide you wanted to just quote unquote upgrade your package, meaning getting the full canisters of what you've been taking plus the tea, then we upgrade you that way, and then we go from there.
Well, it has certainly been a journey. Thank you so much, Kim. I'm so excited about it. I've already posted a couple of videos on Facebook, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I'm motivated. I'm motivating my partners that have joined with me. And I'd just like everyone to know that Coach Kim makes the world happier and healthier. Thank you so much for joining me again, Coach Kim.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And we'll see you next time.
Yes.
On So What's the Problem?
So today I'm mailing this out to a new client who wants to try out our products. And inside this 3-day trial pack are 6 of these shakes, cookies and cream, which is a yummy flavor. And you get 3 of these teas that are energy boosting and metabolism boosting. These each will help you to burn 80 calories, boost your metabolism, stabilize your blood sugars, and give you amazing energy, as I said. So you get 3 lemon, 3 raspberry, and you'll get a shaker cup. Let me know if you're interested, and you can try this out too.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me. What's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.